Only one of these teams will earn a shot at the Lombardi. The AFC title game is underway. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So now out comes the Charger offense for their initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by someone known for putting up numbers since he entered the league back in 2020, the Oregon product, Justin Herbert.
True story. First time I saw Justin Herbert at a Pac-12 Media Days, I thought, that can't be Justin Herbert. That guy looks like a defensive lineman. He is massive. But then you watch him play and you realize he's one of those 6'5", 6'6" guys that's the athlete of a 6'2". The way that he moves so effortlessly. The way that rocket arm could throw the ball all over the field. Been hyper productive statistically. Kind of like that Fouts guy that wore the lightning bolt before him. On any given Sunday, this guy can put on a show.
Wideouts getting involved in the ground game. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain. And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this third down. Herbert from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it brings up an LA first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Inside the 25. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a 6-0 lead right away. Dicker tacks on the extra point. And the Chargers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Starting from the 5. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a proud Samoan and one of your few fellow lefty QBs, Brock, Tua Tagovailoa.
And he doesn't have the advantage he usually does coming off a bye week. Both these teams came in here well-rested after a Sunday away. Of course, that means an extra week of prep work for this defense, too. So he's got his work cut out for him to find ways to attack them today.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. They give it to him again. Give him about 3 yards, and now they're going to have 3rd and 5 to figure out.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back-to-back carries here. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
First down, and they go right back to him. Oh, he lost the football. And no turnover. It's going to stay with the offense. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Gun, Tagovailoa, complete to Pearsall. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Offense executing early, new set of downs at the 38-yard line. Tagovailoa on first down. Short pass brought in. And they take him down right along the 30. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Tua now from the gun. Finding Pearson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Quite the opening drive they put together, partner. New set of downs all the way down to the 25. Here's Tua again. Complete over the middle. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Tagovailoa looking to throw here on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the first. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Sticking to the air, it's Tagovailoa. Nice time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that sack going to cost them some yardage.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home with that sack.
Has it down close. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Whistle sound as the defense decides to call timeout. Here's a give straight up the middle. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Dolphins finish off their opening drive. That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Fielded at the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Chargers getting their offense set for their 2nd drive. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building. It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
It's caught. This is Ladd McConkey. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And the Chargers will have a 1st.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
1st and 10, Herbert. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Dolphins get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. So we're through one here in the AFC title. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They still have 5 to go here, 3rd down. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on third down? And it chose the wrong play off that call sheet at that time.
Punter takes the field on fourth down, and he sends this one flying. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Hard to do better than that, a 66-yard punt. And the Chargers take possession. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. They are coming off their first interception of the game. This drive now a chance to rebuild some confidence. Hauled in left side. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Option design here. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First down, ball at the 36. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he drives ahead for good yardage up to the 45. Call it 9 yards. Looks like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. They go play action. Here's Herbert. Short pass caught by his tight end. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Throwing on first is Herbert. No luck on the connection. It's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds, just short of the 30.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. They are now set for 1st and 10. Running it now out of the gun. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Finds him over the middle. And he gets this forward to the 19.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You're trading a little bit of speed, sure. You sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
And they take this in for the score. The Chargers take a 2nd quarter lead. Dicker's extra point is up and good. And the Chargers break that tie and now lead by 7. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Has this at the 6. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. Well, hang on there. Hang on a moment. Looks like we've got an injured player on the kick return. They're going to check on him now. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Running back sent in motion. Tagovailoa on 1st down. He's going to push one. Big gain downfield. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Pearsall there to grab it. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
First down, here's Tua. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there when he saw the field. It's going to be second down. Motioning the tight end left. To the air yet again. Tagovailoa. Brought in right side. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Dolphins at a deficit. They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Again, it's Tagovailoa. This one's caught. And he drives this forward to the 6.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
And he sails that one over the end zone. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now it'll be third and goal. Here's Tagovailoa again. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Kicking team on to try the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins tie things up at 14. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. His return starts at the 5. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Chargers returning their offense and this running back to the field. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. First and 10. Here's Herbert. And the Dolphins are there to bring him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Another try following the sack. He finds McConkey. And he's out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
That's the first down, and he's still going. And a solid gain gets them across the 45 before he goes out. Here's Herbert, first and 10. Completed over the middle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. Now Herbert again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down after a short gain. Now ahead of third down. We get a pause here. They're going to call a timeout. Herbert to throw once more. Flushed out of the pocket. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. Herbert on first down. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Herbert from the gun. Finds McConkey. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Throwing it just before halftime. The throw is caught. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. So we're now halfway through deciding who's going to rep the AFC in the Super Bowl. Now we'll go coast to coast. Jonathan Coachman standing by in our Orlando studios for the E8. Not a big window for those halftime speeches. They're right back out of the locker room and set to resume play with the third quarter. The Lamar Hunt Trophy waiting in the wings for whoever can finish this game out as we're back underway. He stopped on the return at the 27. Here comes the Miami offense for the opening possession of the third. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Through the second level at the 40. And he gets it forward to the 46-yard line. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back into the pocket for a later occasion.
On first down, here's Tunga Bailoa. Sideline throw is complete to Pearsall. And as he goes out of bounds, we've got a flag on the play, likely against the defense. Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. Running it after the penalty. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Well, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Throwing the out route complete. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Finds his man over the middle. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, Tunga Bailoa. Has it in close. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's brought down after a decent gain. This is going to go as a pickup of 4. 2nd and goal coming up. Stevenson does not score. They not only stop him, they backed him up a couple of yards.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
On 3rd and goal, it's Tunga Bailoa. He isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
This defense has been trying like mad to do anything to disrupt the rhythm, get the QB off his spot. It's got to be a massive relief to see their efforts paid off on that play.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Starting from the 5. Returns looking good so far. Juke the defender. And he'll go out of bounds after getting it all the way down inside the kicking team's 45.
We get to playoff football, Kate, and every team's going to excel in 3 phases. You've got to. Offense, defense, special teams. What an excellent return. And the type of effort they expect from themselves in postseason football.
The Chargers and this running back headed back out for a new series. And I think we can agree the plan to keep him out of the end zone, it hasn't quite worked so well for this defense, at least not yet. He scored twice, really been the one his group can turn to for a spark or a big play when they've needed it. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And they take him down right along the 30. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Hits him on the out route. And he takes this one nearly to the red zone before going out.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Thought he had a touchdown there. And that leaves him with 3rd and short. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he gets this forward to the 19. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why. And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Here's a give on 1st and goal. Has the LA touchdown. The Chargers grab the lead on their first series of the half. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And, yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Returning it from the 4. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Dolphins back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First down, here's Tua. Connecting on the slant. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. They'll run it from the gun. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Here's 2nd and 7. Cut by the open man. There it is. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins take a 3rd-quarter lead. Ricky Pearsall with the touchdown. They'll set up here for the point after. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Dolphins push their lead to 3. Stonehouse now to kick this one away. Return starts at the 3. He's stopped on the return at the 27. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. All their their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. Throwing on first is Herbert. Gets this to McConkey. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Play brought to an end by Jalen Ramsey. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
At the 31-yard line.
Plowing up the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Give him 8 yards on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
And that one's forward for 1, maybe 2 yards. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 41. Connects on the crosser. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs. The Dolphins with an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming. Herbert now, blitz coming. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Only one frame remains before we see who's going to represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. It's Chargers football, and they trail. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Herbert. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Another carry for him. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. They have themselves another 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Back to the well again. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line. Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. From the red zone now. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. Now a try to go up by 4. Put it out of the range of a field goal. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers take a 4-point lead. Ticker all lined up and ready to boot it away. Return coming from the 6. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Dolphins are back on offense. Tua Tagovailoa out there once again. And they'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Here's the one back on the handoff. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5. Tua now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, the defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22.
That's just a case where you're trying to make something when there really is nothing there. There just wasn't an opening for him to work with, and he was lucky to get what he could.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fields this clean at the 30. And it ends up a good return for them, up past their own 40. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And it's going to be their football coming up. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Right up the gut. And he runs this up close to midfield at about the 48. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 48. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Looking to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they make the tackle at the 38. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st and 10, Herbert. Setting up the screen. He's still going at the 30. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And it brings up an LA 1st down. Herbert throwing again. And this is going to be an LA touchdown. The Chargers now lead by 10. Dicker tacks on the extra points. And the Chargers drive their lead to 11. Dicker all lined up and ready to boot it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Dolphins and Ricky Pearsall headed back out on offense. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. 1st down, Tagovailoa to throw. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up 2nd down. Throwing again. Here's Tua. Dumped off to his running back. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. Offense up to the line fast. Throwing. Here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
So many coaches love 3rd downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these 3rd downs.
That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. They give it to him again. And he's brought down for a loss. Now whistles and a timeout taken quickly by the defense. 1:50 left to go. Browns kick is up and good. And that extends their lead to 14.
That kick, well, it throws a roadblock up on some of the remaining avenues to get back in this game. It really leaves only one remaining. It's going to take 2 touchdowns if they want a shot at it. And we know those odds, they're getting pretty long.
Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Dolphins offense ready to go as they take the field. The turnover on downs only led to 3. Obviously better than a touchdown, but enough to rattle them a bit as they return to the field. Complete to Pearsall. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Clock running. Dolphins will hurry to the line. From the 42. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down. Throwing now. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. To the air yet again. Tagovailoa. This time they're going to get there and they drop it. Clock running. Dolphins will hurry to the line. Another try following the sack. Throw left side. Complete. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and third downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hands, their coach wants to see them convert those.
Trying to push it deep downfield. He's got it inside the 10. And he flips the field for them before being taken down. So the Chargers come away with a win in this one. And they'll raise that Lamar Hunt Trophy high as champions of the AFC. And that earns them 2 more weeks of football until they head to the Bayou and fight for a Super Bowl.